Have you ever walked past an old, decaying building and felt a shiver run down your spine? Those crumbling walls and shattered windows often hide stories far darker than we can imagine. Today, we're unlocking the gates of some of the world's most notorious abandoned asylums to uncover the chilling truths of what really happened inside. These places weren't just hospitals. For many, they were prisons of the mind, where the line between treatment and torture was terrifyingly blurred. Let's start our journey in the United States with a name that echoes with stories of sorrow. Penhurst State School and Hospital opened in 1908. It was meant to be a sanctuary for the mentally and physically disabled, but the reality was a nightmare. Overcrowding was rampant, with thousands more patients than it was ever designed to hold. Understaffed and underfunded, the institution descended into chaos. Patients were often left neglected, restrained for days, or subjected to cruel punishments by overworked and undertrained staff. In 1968, a groundbreaking television expose titled "Suffer the Little Children" revealed the horrific conditions to the world, showing images of patients rocking back and forth, alone and uncared for. This report sparked public outrage and became a catalyst for deinstitutionalization, the movement to close large state-run institutions. But for decades, Penhurst was a place of profound human suffering, a secret hidden in plain sight. Now, let's cross the Atlantic to England, to the eerie shell of Hellingly Hospital. When it opened in 1903, Hellingly was considered a marvel of modern psychiatric care. It was designed as a self-sufficient community, complete with its own farm, workshops, and even a ballroom. The idea was to provide patients with a therapeutic and structured environment. But behind this progressive facade, controversial and often brutal treatments were common practice. One of the most infamous was the lobotomy. Doctors, believing they were curing mental illness, would sever connections in the brain's prefrontal cortex. While a small number of patients seemed to show improvement, many were left in a permanent vegetative state, their personalities and spirits erased forever. Another common treatment was electroconvulsive therapy, or EC. In its early days, it was administered without anesthesia, causing violent seizures and memory loss. Patients had little to no say in these procedures. They were simply subjects in a grand, and often tragic, experiment. Today, the decaying halls of Hellingly, with old medical equipment rusting away, serve as a haunting reminder of these dark medical practices. Our next stop takes us to a place shrouded in mystery and folklore: the Arterdale Lunatic Asylum in Australia. Operating for over 120 years, it was one of the largest asylums in the country, housing tens of thousands of patients throughout its history. Arterdale is infamous for the sheer number of deaths that occurred within its walls. Estimated 13,000 people died there. The conditions were grim. Patients were often confined to ha-ha walls, a type of sunken fence that kept them enclosed without obstructing the view from the outside, creating an illusion of freedom while they were effectively trapped. The asylum's massive morgue and on-site cemetery are a testament to the scale of the tragedy. Ghost stories are rampant here, with stories of phantom nurses and the spirits of tormented patients still wandering the long, empty corridors. Many believe the immense suffering that took place has left a permanent stain on the location, a psychic echo of the pain and despair that once filled its rooms. So, why did these institutions, which were often founded with good intentions, become synonymous with horror? The reasons are complex. A severe lack of understanding about mental illness was a major factor. Conditions like depression, anxiety, and even epilepsy were seen as signs of madness, leading to people being locked away for life for ailments we now treat with therapy and medication. The social stigma was immense. Families often abandoned their relatives in these asylums, ashamed or unable to cope. This isolation created a perfect storm for abuse and neglect. Furthermore, the sheer scale of these institutions made them unmanageable, with staff-to-patient ratios sometimes as low as 1 to 100. Genuine care was impossible. Patients became numbers, their humanity stripped away as they were herded through a system that saw them as broken objects rather than people in need of help. The legacy of these abandoned asylums is a difficult one. They are a stark reminder of a dark chapter in our history of mental health care. The push for deinstitutionalization, which began in the mid-20th century, was a direct response to the horrors uncovered in places like Penhurst and Hellingly. The goal was to move towards community-based care, integrating people with mental health challenges back into society. While this movement had its own set of challenges, it was born from the recognition that the old system was fundamentally broken and inhumane. Today, urban explorers and paranormal investigators are drawn to these decaying structures, captivated by their chilling beauty and haunted histories. But as we look at the photos and hear the ghost stories, it's crucial to remember the real people who lived and suffered within those walls. They were someone's child, parent, or sibling. Their stories are not just fodder for spooky tales. They are a vital lesson. They teach us the importance of compassion, the need for scientific and ethical medical practices, and the profound responsibility we have to care for the most vulnerable members of our society. The empty halls of these asylums don't just echo with ghosts. They echo with a warning to never again let fear and ignorance build walls that lock away our fellow human beings. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, please know that there is help and there is hope. You can reach out to organizations like the National Alliance on Mental Illness or the Crisis Text Line. You are not alone, and things can get better. Thanks for watching, and if you found this exploration meaningful, consider subscribing for more journeys into the hidden corners of our world. See you next time.